Hello there, Texas beer drinkers. Welcome back to Friday Night Flights at the Cove. We're in a little bit of a cozier area this time. Last time we were kind of put into this corner booth, and Ronnie and I are kind of big guys. And we had some troubles navigating in and out of that little corner. So we've actually recorded several podcasts here in this room. It's a little more comfortable. We're behind this nice little bar top table. That disembodied hand that you see in the video is my wife writing notes. And she's making an awkward exit out of the frame. Probably should have told you that was in the frame before we started.
It's all right.
It's okay, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, oh, there's the disembodied hand again. I think we talked about Ghost the last time we were here. We talked about Daniel being the Ghost GM. He was kind of the voice that was off camera, which this setup will actually solve. Daniel's going to join us again today, and this time we're actually going to get to see his face. So excited about that. But we're back at it with some more beer. A nice flight of 4 beers that I procured today. The last list was from my buddy Ronnie over here. How you doing, Ronnie?
Great. How about yourself, Leo?
Man, I'm doing great, dude. I love drinking beer, and I love drinking beer with you. This is one of the nicest guys, man. You know, he writes reviews for breweries, and he's always he's kind to them.
I've had good experiences with a lot of breweries, and they're always really, really helpful.
Yeah. So, and so you can check out most of his stuff over at Beer Chronicle. Not Beer Chronicle. Sorry, Houston Beer, right?
Houston Beer Guide.
HoustonBeerGuide.com. Sorry about that, Sylvia. You're welcome, Tony, for promoting your website accidentally. But check out both of those. Ronnie's on Houston Beer Guide. Make sure you check out Beer Chronicle also. They do some great work over there as well. So the last time we did this, I made a list on Untappd of the 4 beers that we drank that day. You can actually search for it if you follow me on Instagram, on Untappd. I'm Txbrewdude. You'll see those public lists, and you get to, if you want to kind of interact with us, maybe get the same 4 beers, just try them out and see what you think about them. You can find that list, and you can find the list for this week as well. And it'll say Friday Night Flights with the date of the video. So this one will be 2/25/22. The previous one was 2/4/22. So make sure you check that out. Why don't we dive into our first beer? Actually, I think so we have a smoke beer in here. And it's an Adambier, and Adambiers, any kind of smoke beers, I feel they kind of overpower the palate. So I think I want to save that one for last.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're actually going to start off with a nice cream ale. This guy right here. This is an H-Town classic.
Is it the number 7?
It's number 7. Number 7 on our flight board. This is kind of an H-Town classic. This is Dome Foam from our friends over at 8th Wonder, and it's been around for a long time. Like back in the days of like when I first started drinking craft or really getting into craft, this was one that was available even then, and it still has maintained its popularity. I'm going to read the description on Untappd for you guys for Dome Foam. It says, a tip of our hat to the foamy suds once served at the Astrodome. This Houston Classic Cream Ale is a pre-prohibition style brew that is light, crisp, and easy drinking. Whether it's the big game or the big chill, Dome Foam is your personal championship beer. And so if you've ever been to 8th Wonder, you'll notice that they are steeped in like Houston sports. And so, the Astrodome, I remember videos of when I was a kid going to the Astrodome to watch the Oilers, and you'd see these big glasses of foamy beer, Dome Foam. This is a cream ale, and it's a pre-prohibition style, so that tells me it's going to have a little bit of hop character to it. Let's go ahead and dive in and see what we think.
definitely hop on that.
Really nice hop character on that. Yeah. Yeah. I can see why, and it's, you know what, it's been such a long time since I've had this beer. Probably at least 10 years, maybe. And it's good. I can see why it's still a mainstay. I would venture to say it's their flagship beer. One other kind of interesting note about this beer is that this beer was brewed in partnership with a really cool bar here in Houston. That's also over in East Downtown, and that is, damn it. See, that's why I should write notes down. Moon Tower, thank you. I was going to say moonshine. Moon Tower, known for their great beer and some really fantastic wild game hot dogs and other delicious treats there. Have you ever been to Moon Tower?
No, I've never even heard of it.
You've never heard of Moon Tower?
No.
Dude.
I'm sorry as a Houstonian. I don't know anything.
Oh man, you got to check it out sometime. We should go.
Yeah,
we should go one weekend. Man, dude, they have some. I think the last time I was there, I had like a venison hot dog or something. So good, and they have just a lot of different beers there as well, including Don't Foam. But yeah, this was kind of brewed as a collaboration with Moon Tower. And if they're watching this video, they're gonna be like, "I can't believe you forgot our name." I do that way too much now. I think I have early onset Alzheimer's or something. My wife is shaking her head. No, you don't.
I think you just got a lot going on.
I do have a lot going on. Today was kind of stressful, man. Like, I spent a lot of time taking care of one account today, and so, yeah, I didn't get to do what I wanted to do. But this is something I wanted to do, and I'm getting to do it. And I'm enjoying some good beer. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
See how it laces.
Yeah, so that's another thing that I really like about this beer. It's got good lacing on it. I'll bring it up a little closer to the camera. You see that lacing?
I like
That tells you it's good retention.
the creaminess, but it's still making top at the same time.
Yeah.
The mouthfeel is real creamy.
Yeah, it's got a nice soft mouthfeel to it. Not super sharp, but then it's got a little bit of, I really like hop bite that kind of lingers a little bit, but then dissipates, begging you to take another sip. All right. I'm gonna save that one, the last of that one for later. Got our trusty water. Ronnie actually came prepared today with some coffee grounds too. That's another good palate cleanser. If you like coffee, I like coffee. I like water more. All right, hey, so I'm good. But last time we didn't talk about this on air last time, but you were like super excited about the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I am. I have yet to see it.
You haven't seen it yet.
Out. I didn't want to start it and have to stop because we were a little busy.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I want to sit through and watch it. Did you watch it?
I did watch it. I'm not gonna tell you anything.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you anything. I kind of figured you maybe did watch it because you were like, man, I can't wait for this movie to come out. But yeah, now we can't talk about that.
I know. I kind of feel.
No, you did. You did not fail, my friend. You did not fail. So, have you been watching Peacemaker?
No, dude, I just got HBO. I'm so far behind
Yeah?
on everything. I just got HBO Max,
Okay,
so I'm excited to watch that.
that's good.
And then I want to see the Zack Snyder cut of
Oh, you haven't seen that yet either?
No.
Justice League?
yeah, and I
Dude, it's like so much better than the original cut.
kind of figured he's a
Like,
great,
oh,
he's
man.
he's a great director. They just didn't have the patience
Yeah.
to let him
Yeah,
do
you
his
know,
family thing.
I like Zack Snyder, but there's some things that I don't like. Like, I didn't like that zombie movie that he made on Netflix. I can't remember what it was
Is that the one
called.
with Dave Bautista?
The one with Dave Bautista. I was like, I kind of fell asleep in it. I was like,
The ending
was-
was a little.
yeah, and that's the problem too. I woke up like right at the ending, like, and he's like dying. And you're like, oh,
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Sorry, my bad. okay, we're kind of new at this, talking about beer and pop culture. So if you haven't seen that, I'm sorry. Not sorry. It's been out for a while now. Have you seen it?
I have seen it.
Okay, good. So I didn't spoil it for you.
No.
I'm happy I didn't spoil it for you. And I'm not going to spoil Texas Chainsaw for you either.
I almost beat you to the punch on spoiling it, and I had to bite my tongue.
That's me. I run right to the edge and fall off of it. Yeah. All right. So, what have you watched that we can talk about? How about what's the other show we just finished watching? Oh, do you watch Ozark?
No, dude. I've heard such great things about it.
Dude.
And doesn't that have the guy from
Arrested Development?
Yes.
Yes, Jason Bateman.
I love him.
You know what's funny about that show? You know, because like in Arrested Development, that's a funny show, but he's like the straight guy. He's always kind of serious, right? And he's trying to always like fix everything. So I feel like in this show, in Ozark, it's the same character, but just some more serious, deeper and darker circumstances.
I've heard it gets pretty deep.
Because he's like fixing stuff, like he's solving problems and, you know, breaking the law at the same time. And, you know, he kind of does the same thing in Arrested Development. But dude, it's like super dark. And when I was watching it, I texted my buddy and I was like, dude, I had to like stop mid-episode on one of the episodes because I was having like anxiety. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this just happened.
I'm gonna have to get on. That's Netflix, right?
That's Netflix,
Okay.
dude. Okay. That's a good show. So what are you watching?
Something you're gonna laugh at me for.
Yeah?
I've been watching a lot of It's Always Sunny.
Okay.
And
Dude, I'm not gonna laugh at you. I've you know, I like that show. I just never really like got into it. I watched maybe a season or two, and
I kind of put it on as background.
Yeah.
And, I kind of get all the jokes in between, and then just slip off when I need to.
That's cool, man. No, I like that show. It's funny. It's funny, and it's been going on for what, 12 years now?
Something
If
like
not
that.
more. It's been going on for a while. Yeah. All right, we're gonna go to our next beer. This is Spindle Tap
Switchfoot.
Switchfoot. Dude, I can't believe I forgot to say that. Switchfoot. When I worked there, man, I love this beer. I really do, and I love that I can smell the hops.
Yes.
Like right here, hops are just coming forward.
Almost has like a passion
Yeah.
fruit kind of a.
Yeah, definitely. I think so. And it probably comes from the Mosaic. It also has Simcoe and Columbus in it. I like that they use a sea hop, which is Columbus, so it adds a little bit of like a bite to it, a bitterness to it. And this is a West Coast IPA. You know, Spindle Tap is known for their hazies, but they make some really nice West Coasts as well. This one, including Hop Gusher and a few others. But man, I just really love this beer. So the description here is pretty short and to the point. West Coast Double IPA, brewed with Simcoe, Columbus, and Mosaic. And I can't get enough of this beer. So whenever I see it on tap, it's like, man, I gotta have that. So cheers, everybody. Cheers, sir.
Cheers.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So Mosaic really shines on this one for me. You get some guava and passion fruit. Man, the Simcoe. What am I getting in that Simcoe? A lot of people say Simcoe, you get like a kind of like a cat pissy flavor to it. I'm not getting cat piss. I'm getting something different.
Kind of like a cantaloupe-ish kind of a.
Yes, cantaloupe. Cantaloupe, that's what it is. I'm not a big cantaloupe guy, so it's always, that one's kind of a hard for me to pick up. But you get the bitterness that kind of lingers on the back from the Columbus. That's good. And the thing I like about this IPA also is the color. You know, a lot of IPAs have like a darker, like an almost like an amber color to them. This is light and golden color.
Almost like a
A straw color, double IPA. I mean, it's probably mostly two-row, I would imagine, in this, if anything else. Which I like that because it allows the hops to kind of push forward the flavors and the aroma, and the malt just kind of takes a a huge backstep to what's going on with the hops. So really like that style of West Coast IPA. I could drink that all day, man. That's just good. Yeah. So we've been watching, really, Lynn has been watching reruns of an old favorite, which is Community.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever seen that or not.
I made about 5 or 6 seasons in.
I think there's only 6 seasons actually, so you almost made it to the end.
Okay.
Yeah, and man, that show's so wacky, and it's funny knowing that, you know, watching that show and like a lot of like the really elaborate episodes that they did, like the claymation one, and the one where there was like the huge like clubhouse made out of sheets and pillows throughout the entire school, or the paintball episode was also another classic, but. So, the creator of that show is also the creator of Rick and Morty.
I did not know that.
And so you kind of get to when I've been rewatching some of the episodes, I'm like, that has some like Rick and Morty vibes to it, and it's kind of cool to see that was kind of like where the ideas came. And the other night, you were watching an episode in bed, and I was kind of falling asleep, and it was an episode I'd never seen before. Maybe I hadn't just forgotten, but there was a voice. And when I looked up, there was some kind of like a puppet character or something. It was Morty. It was Morty's voice. So it was whatever that guy's name that does the voices of Rick and Morty, Dustin Roiland or whatever his name is, was voicing that little puppet character, and it sounded just like Morty.
That's awesome.
And I was like, dude, that's hilarious. He's like, oh jeez, or whatever, like however Morty sounds, man.
Oh,
yeah.
Rick.
Come on, Rick.
At work, they get a kick out of me doing voices. I've been known to kind of do bosses' voices and do like shows' voices and just kind of pick up mimicking, just because I love music. So you hear something, you kind of tune it until you get it.
Dude.
And so I
kind of like doing that too. So you do like voices of people that are your boss at work?
Yeah.
Do you like freak people out, like employees? You come back behind them, you're like, hey, what are you doing? Or something like that.
I have been known to do that, and I've caught a few people off guard who are staring at their phone, and, you know, they jump up and drop their phone out of, you know, just...
It's like, oh shit, oh my god.
Like, oh dude, I hate you now.
I remember in high school, I had this guy that would always bug me once he found out that I could do an Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of impression. I don't know how good it is now, but I was a huge Kindergarten Cop fan. Right, and there was the one scene, I think when he's just getting started and he's talking to the kids, and the kids are like giving him a hard time, and he's like, I have a headache, and one of the kids is like, well, maybe it's a tumor. He's like, it's not a tumor, it's not. Now be quiet.
I love that. I watch every Christmas. We're watching Jingle All the Way.
Oh yeah.
And I love where he's like, who said you could eat my cookies?
Dude, that's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. I just rewatched Terminator 2, and in those movies, like, he doesn't really say much.
No.
It's just like very robotic, like, I'll be back or whatever.
Those were also very right when he was winning all his Mr. Olympias. I am a huge Arnold Schwarzenegger fan.
Oh yeah. I think he's funny, man. I like him, even in like the political world or whatever. But I think overall he's a pretty good dude. Yeah. All right, we're gonna go to our third beer. We're gonna do number 27. Kind of been looking forward to this one. I haven't had this year's version. This is St. Arnold. You know, just one of the best breweries in Texas. They've been around for a long time. They're Texas' oldest craft brewery. They made my craft beer introduction beer, which was a lawnmower. The past couple of years, they've made this really nice stout called Commitment. And I'm just going to read the description for you guys. It says, it pours a rich darkness. No light passes through, and I can testify to that. I'm actually holding this up to our ring light, and you cannot see anything beyond that. So no light passes through. Topped with a mocha-colored head, which is accurate. Really nice mocha-colored head. The aroma is filled with molasses, vanilla, baker's chocolate, and rich dark fruit from our house yeast. The flavor profile starts with rich chocolate and raspberries that are dipped in honey, then builds on dried, dark cherry notes, and finishes with wine-like silkiness. Man, that's a great description for this beer. Not even drinking it, like my mouth is salivating, thinking about how much I'm going to enjoy this beer.
That wine-like silkiness sounds very intriguing.
And on the nose, I get vanilla. I get that baker's chocolate.
Definitely that dark chocolate.
Yeah.
I get a little bit of the molasses, but
A little bit of molasses,
very
yeah.
faint, very faint.
It smells like a chocolate chip cookie. That's kind of like what I'm getting. And that's probably the baker's chocolate and the vanilla. All right, I'm going to taste this. This is a heavy hitter. 13.4%.
It's right on my alley.
Oh yeah, I know this is right up your alley, brother. Cheers, sir.
Cheers. Wow.
They weren't kidding on that silkiness, man. Just kind of like a velvety, and it just kind of coats your tongue. Man, this is fabulous. I get the raspberry. I get the raspberry and the cherry. More chocolate.
Dark chocolate.
Yeah, definitely dark chocolate. It's a little bitter on the bitter side, and the bitterness lingers. But man, that's good. Wow.
Reminds me of like chocolate covered fruit a little bit.
I definitely get the cherry. So it's almost like, and then I'm not a big fan of cherry cordials, and you don't get that kind of like the cloying sweetness that you get from a cherry cordial, that you get from like that syrupy kind of taste. But it's like a cherry covered in chocolate without that sticky, gooey, gross taste. This is outstanding. And there's a vanilla variant of this beer as well. I don't know if they do that one on draft or not. I know there's bottles out there, and I'm pretty sure I picked one of those out.
Sunday
I hope.
Night Stout right there.
Huh?
Sunday Night Stout.
Sunday Night Stout, yeah. But usually, man, with St. Arnold, excuse me, on their stouts, I like to hold them. I like to hold their stouts and drink them years later. Sometimes I'll buy two. I'll drink one fresh and then drink one a few years later. I still have like 6-year-old bottles of like Divine Reserve beers. Bishop's Barrel 13 is probably my favorite. It's Belgian quad, aged in bourbon barrels. I have one bottle left.
You got the 25th Grand Cru.
I have the Grand Cru. I have a couple bottles of those. They're sitting in the back of the fridge. But that Bishop's Barrel 13, saving it for a special occasion. I don't know what that is. I need to maybe like set like a huge like goal, and then when I reach that, that's the beer that I'm drinking. Yeah.
What about your Cicerone too?
Hey, you know what? That's a good idea.
Every once in a while I have one of those.
You know, so like one of the reasons that we're doing this show is because we want to kind of train our palates to pick up flavors. Also to pick up off flavors eventually. We'll probably do an off flavors Friday night flights where we'll spike the beers to be able to pick up off flavors.
Like throw some gas at all in there.
We're not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. But so one of my goals is to get my level 2 Cicerone. I've been sitting on the level 1 for 5 or 6 years now, and it's time to get moving. So yeah, eventually I'll take that test, and all these videos and drinking beer and talking about it will help out. So anyway, I'm gonna take one more sip of this, and we'll move on to our 4th beer.
You getting the roastiness on that back end with it?
Yes, I didn't mention that. So with any stout, really, you want to get some nice roasted malt flavor, and it's not. You get more of the other flavors, I think, than the roasted malt, which is fine because they've added a lot of different things to this. So yeah, but again, just an outstanding beer. We're doing some heavy hitters tonight, man. So like I didn't mention this before, but Switchfoot was a 9% beer. So Dome Foam was 5.2, Switchfoot was 9, Commitment was 13.4, and the last beer we're gonna do is I'm gonna have to cleanse my palate for this one. We saved it for last, and it's not the biggest beer, but it's kind of big. It's 8.5%. And it's from Klaus Brewing Company here in Houston. They're up on the northwest side of Houston, and they're known for making traditional German beers. And they get some really nice, a good Marzen that they make, among others. But tonight we're having an Adambier, which is smoky, and color on this is a very dark amber that you can kind of see through. Description for this beer on Untappd is a Smokey Adambier style beer. It's smoky with some sweetness. I wish I knew a little bit more about this style. And I probably should have prepared for that, but we could just try it and just kind of tell people what we're thinking. One thing I'm noticing on their Untappd page for this beer is that it's no longer being produced by the brewery. So if you get your hands on some, enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah, maybe it was a one-off. Maybe it was a one-off beer. So yeah, I get. There's some smoke on the aroma.
Almost like a.
Do you feel like it's
sauce? Like a.
I'm getting like a little bit of rye in that. Now I kind of want to Google Adambier. I've only had one other Adambier in my life, and that was an Adambier from.
You can click Adambier on Untappd.
Oh, you can click Adambier on Untappd. Did not know that. All right, so this is what it says on Untappd about Adambier. It's a light brown to very dark in color, which is pretty on style. It's a pretty dark, in between kind of light brown and dark brown. It may or may not use wheat in its formulation. I'm getting that in the aroma of this beer. I'm getting wheat. I thought it was rye at first, but it's wheat. Original styles of this beer may have a low or medium-low degree of smokiness. Smoke character may be absent in contemporary versions of this beer. Okay, so I'm not getting any smoke on the aroma, but I am getting a wheat characteristic, or what I perceive as rye. But let's take a sip of this and see where we're at. It's weedy, some sweetness to it, but the smoke it's there, but it's really light.
It's real mild.
It's a really mild smoke.
I feel like if you hold it and let it sit, it's a little more prevalent.
Yeah.
But if you were to just take that sip, like a normal sip, you're not getting it heavily. In terms of other tastes, I'm getting a lot of the wheat, like you said, and there's a little bit of smoke if you hold it, if you let it sit.
I feel on the second sip I get more of the smoke, and I'm not sure if I like this. I'm not sure if I do or not. And in reading another description that I found online from Hop Culture, it says that Adambiers do pack a punch, 10% or higher. So actually, this one kind of falls below that.
Yes.
This one's 8.5%. Dark and sour. I don't know if I get sourness in this, right?
Not at all.
No, I don't get any sour to this.
Almost reminds me of like a mild brown ale, kind of on the but if you were to add in just a little bit of liquid smoke to it.
Okay. I can see that kind of a liquid smoke, which is not flattering. I feel like it's for me because I like smoked meats.
I know you love your barbecue.
I do. The thought of using liquid smoke on something is just, blasphemy. Blasphemy. I mean, I'll say that I kind of like it, but I don't know if I would have more than what we're having today. Like this would be enough for me. This is 5 ounces. Yeah, but I'm glad we tried it. I think I'd like to try another Adambier eventually, just to kind of remember what I tasted here today, and then try another one. The one that I had from St. Arnold years ago, was I felt it was a lot smokier than this.
Okay.
It was a Divine Reserve release. I want to say I might still have a bottle of that in my fridge somewhere. I'm gonna find out. I think I do. I think I still have an Adambier bottle. I'm gonna try that later this week, and I'll let you guys know what I find out about it. Yeah, yeah.
I think this is the first Adambier I've had.
Nobody really makes this style, man. Like I said, the only other one I've had is St. Arnold one. Nobody here locally in Houston has made one. I don't know about the rest of Texas, but this is the second Adambier I've encountered here locally. And you didn't think I would pick this beer.
I did not. I kind of had a guess as to what you would pick.
So Ronnie tried to guess what I was the flight I was going to pick today, and you know what? He made some really good guesses. He had Allstock Kolsch on there, which is like my all-time favorite Kolsch. But I've had that beer several times, and I thought about adding it on the list. But I was like, no, man, I've had that too much. Let's try something different. That's why I added the cream ale.
The cream ale was definitely.
Yeah.
It was. I've had it before, and it's the same. I mean, as it was that I had it years ago. It's just.
Yeah.
It's a really consistent, good beer that you can sit there and drink, and I'd probably do 2 or 3 of those.
The cream ale?
The cream ale.
Yeah. It was good to revisit that one, man. It's like I said, it's been a long time since I've had it. But yeah, man, good job for Eighth Wonder for continuing a nice tradition with a very consistent beer with Dome Foam. What would you say your favorite was today? Let me guess. Hold on.
The face plant gave it away.
Just because I know you. It's Commitment, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
There's no doubt about
Yeah,
it.
Commitment. I knew that was going to be your favorite. I'm going to say that was my favorite tonight, too.
Really? I'm surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I love Switchfoot a lot. It's one of my favorite West Coast doubles, but Commitment was really good. And hats off to St. Arnold for making another solid beer.
I'm trying to find my love for IPAs, and Spindle Tap is making it really easy.
Good.
Find your love for it, because
Good.
this West Coast, I've only had one other West Coast style beer,
Okay.
and this one was really clean, really well
Yeah.
done,
Yeah.
and all the, I guess, going from the opposite, which would be the New England, the hazy.
Yes.
It's definitely a 180 from that, and I would say that if I had to choose, I would like the West Coast. But last week, or no, 2 weeks ago,
2 weeks ago we did a hazy. It was Diamonds in My Mouth.
that one was really good as well.
That was good. That's one of the better hazies in the market, I hear. I enjoy that one when it's out. But I like the West Coast ones more, man. And Switchfoot, Hop Gusher is the other one that they make over there. Those are always my favorites. And then locally, as far as like other IPAs, Art Car and Mini Boss, from Eureka Heights are my favorites also. Yeah, my go-tos. And obviously my employer, Galveston Island, we make a pretty nice IPA called Citramello. Not as hoppy, it's only 35 IBUs. But it's a great beer to kind of get into hoppy beers. Yeah. Have you ever had it?
No.
I need to give you some cans.
I
I
might
need to
know.
give you some cans. Yeah. Just give it a shot. All right. So just a few things. Tomorrow, we are having a chili cook-off here at the Cove. And truth be told, we're going to tell you a little bit of truth here. We're actually recording this video on Tuesday. Because Ronnie couldn't be here on Friday. So it's not really tomorrow. But when you see this and hear it on Friday, tomorrow we're having a chili cook-off. And as of Tuesday's recording, we're still in search of some teams. So if you're listening to this on Friday, and on the post I say, we still need teams, sign up. It's going to be a ton of fun. We're looking for 10 teams. Right now we have 6, and we need 4 more. We have some great prizes for the teams, and we're also raising money for a local charity here that helps victims of abuse. So money's going to a good cause. Chili is free. You can come if you want to. If you don't want to have a team, but you just want to come and hang out, have some good Texas chili, drink some great beer at the Cove. This is going to be the spot to be. We're starting at noon and going till 4 on Saturday, and we hope to see you. We hope you've enjoyed the video. We want to make this a regular thing. We haven't done it in a couple of weeks because we've had to travel and things of that nature. But thanks again for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to look up the list on Untappd, the public list for Friday night flights. Just follow me, Txbrewdude, on Untappd, and you'll be able to see those lists. So thanks again for joining us. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.